hunger strike continued for the ninth day. The open space granted to the protesting students, teachers and their supporters was very quiet as the sun rose and the temperature started rising. It was the beginning of July and it was going to be a hot day. The students on hunger strike drank salt water and lay on the tarpaulin-covered ground, fanning their sweaty faces with paper fans. They had no strength to get up, but still held a glimmer of hope that the government would heed their demands and the education minister would resign in light of the recent paper leak scandal. More than 20 students aged 16 to 18 years had taken their own lives because they couldn't handle the pressure of sitting for another exam. Years of stress and anxiety had taken their lives, but what pushed them over the edge was the nexus of money-hungry criminals who had leaked the paper and the unbothered education ministry, which didn't even bat an eye. Paper leaks had happened this year, the year before, and the year before as well. As the heat rose, the students gathered at 10 a.m. at the makeshift wooden stage in front of the media personnel, and once again reiterated their demand for the resignation of the education minister and a cleanup of the education system. The photos of the students who had committed suicide were put on a board at the center of the stage. The bottom of the board read, "How many more, Mr. Education Minister?" A few kilometers away, the education minister sat at his residence, eating chole and puri for breakfast. He was dressed in a kurta and pajama, the standard dress code for politicians, and his bags were packed. He and his wife would be going to the USA to attend their daughter's graduation ceremony. He burped, regretting that he had eaten so many puris. The doctor had given him a stern warning to avoid eating oily food. It was bad for his heart. But he was an indulgent man known for his love of food. The TV channel on the big LCD screen played a news report from the nearby protest site. The reporter declared, "The student hunger strike enters day 9. 2 students had to be taken away to the hospital because their health has deteriorated. I have the leader of the protest, Debajit, with us. What would you like to say, Debajit?" Debajit, a short and stocky fellow with eyes that glistened with anger, spoke. "The health condition of many of our students has deteriorated. We have volunteer doctors who are constantly monitoring their health. I want to tell the education minister, have some shame. People are getting hospitalized because of your stubbornness and incompetence. More than 20 students have lost their lives because of your incompetence and failed leadership. You have blood on your hands. You are a killer. Have some shame and listen to the youth of this nation. If you have even a shred of morality left in you, then hand in your resignation this very morning." The education minister grumbled under his breath and switched off the TV. "Let's go," he ordered his wife. "But you haven't finished your gulab jamun," his wife said timidly. "I don't want to," he said, getting up from the table to wash his hands. The news had ruined a perfectly good morning for him. "Have the car ready," he ordered a security personnel. As he was putting on his shoes, he felt a bitterness in his mouth that he had never felt before. He prayed to the idols of Sri Rama, and Hanuman kept in the prayer room of his residence. The bitterness kept increasing in his mouth. He went back to the dining table, just as the dishes were being taken away by a house staff member. "Give me the gulab jamun," he said. He took the bowl from the staff member's tray, and ate 2 large-sized sweet balls. He felt elated and satisfied now. The bitterness in his mouth had faded away. He and his wife hopped into their official car, and sandwiched between police and security cars, they made their way to the international airport. The education minister looked out of the window and saw students and parents gathered in front of a school gate. It was school time, and the parents showered them with kisses and hugs as the little children entered the school premises. Suddenly, the education minister started tasting bitterness in his mouth again. He took a sip of water from a water bottle, but the bitterness stayed. He decided that he would check with a specialist doctor while in the USA. Who knows? It might have something to do with the stress he had to endure amid all these protests and calls for his resignation.